Hey guys, it's Brett Lawson. I know I've spoken to a lot of you at one time or another, but for those of you who have no idea who I am or what I do, I am one of Matt Edginton's slaves, that are known as one of the client library developers. Specifically, I am our Node.js and PHP client library maintainer, and I just wanted to take a few minutes here to show off the Node.js SDK. So for those of you who don't know what Node.js is, Node is essentially a software platform purpose-built for developing web-scale applications. Node takes the JavaScript language that is well known for its powerful event-based browser-side uses and brings this power to the server. It's built on top of Chrome's very fast V8 JavaScript engine and uses non-blocking event-driven I/O, which allows it to easily scale to handling tens of thousands of users at a time. So the Node.js library started out back in May of 2012, when I believe Trond and Mark put forward the first version of it. That version had support for basic Couchbase operations, and at its core, it was simply a direct binding to our C library of Couchbase, along with its built-in I/O system, nothing specific to Node at all. So just to show off the Node.js driver a little bit, I wrote this really simple Node.js application using our driver along with the Express module for Node.js, which is just a small module very well known for doing HTTP routing. So as you can see, include the two modules that I'm going to need, create a connection to the default bucket. I set up a route so that anything I pass in the URI will get looked up as a key. As you can see, it's very callback oriented, so I've got a callback here for whenever a request comes in, callback here as well for whenever the result from our get operation is executed. If there's any errors, I just pass it back to Express, which will serialize it and send it back to the browser, and then I just send back the result of the get and start listening on port 4000. So you can see I have a document here, demo 1. If I go over here and load up the page, you can see that it loads the key out of the cluster. I also have another document. Let's see, cluster server, so I can put that in there and get the response from that. I can just execute a little bit of a test against that here. Connection refused. That's cool. Sweet. Okay. You can see it doesn't take very long at all. All requests were processed within 115 seconds. 10,000 requests over 100 different clients. Also, I can just execute our benchmark testing here. And you see it slowly rises up. That's because V8's actually just-in-time compiling, so it takes a little bit to get to full speed. Because it doesn't optimize everything right off the bat, it kind of holds off and waits until it knows a function's going to be used or not. So I'm not going to wait for this to finish. It does to main operations, but I already had one finished here. So you can see it finished at 48,000 operations per second. Beyond just the core driver, we've also started working on a ODM module for Node.js and Couchbase to try and take away as much of the boilerplate of writing database integrations in applications as possible. It's currently in its infancy, but I'm hoping it's going to gain some traction soon. That's available. Whoops. It's called Ottoman. It's on Couchbase Labs. Just an example of it here. Lets you define a model, and then it automatically handles the serialization and deserialization of that, as well as querying is going to be supported soon. Currently, it only supports basic queries without any reduces. but I'm hoping to be able to get that in there as well. I'm actually looking forward to Nickel quite a bit for this particular project, as it should make querying a lot easier rather than having to manually build views or have Ottoman auto-generating views, which is generally suboptimal. The last interesting thing I wanted to mention about the Node.js SDK is that it actually has a built-in mock version of itself, which lets people easily test their application without needing a running cluster. It emulates about 95% of what you would expect to see if you were running against a real cluster, and that missing 5% is like observe and emulation of the various delays you see when doing view queries. Although I'm hoping actually to be able to fix those missing gaps fairly soon. Interestingly, or the interesting part about this was that it's actually, the mock's entirely written in JavaScript, so it actually works on the browser as well. So this is running completely on my browser. There's no external connections being made here, and I can actually execute requests as if I had a running cluster and was using CouchNode in Node.js, let's say. So you can do a get there, and I have no key set, so I can set something and then request it back, and I get it. I can run this little script which sets Frank to Bob, and then retrieves get and logs the error and result, which you see here. Additionally, I can do sorry, I should have written this before. Oh wait, I can just cut this. So I decided to cheat and just cut the video there, because for some reason I couldn't think of a basic view to write down. So if I just set some keys back here, then I can set this view in there and do a view query. And I get back all the results from that view. Alright, so that's everything I had. If anybody has any questions about the Node.js driver or Node.js, or any questions for me, or any ideas actually for using the mock in a clever way to show off Couchbase, please let me know. You can find me on Skype or email me, and I am always sitting in IRC. Thanks, guys.